just because you can't see it doesn't mean that it's not there. It just means that you're not on the right frequency. You haven't tuned into the frequency that will allow you to see your manifestation, and that is your work. This is a vibrational world. It truly is. It is a physical world too, but ultimately it is more of a vibrational world than you are or you have thought that it was. It really is a vibrational world that is ordered by this law of attraction, all these vibrational frequencies. You are emitting a vibrational frequency, and you can emit a different vibrational frequency. You can emit it deliberately, and that's what this whole conversation is all about. You see, when you say that something is absent, then you're literally practicing your inability to see it. But truthfully, everything that you want, you're putting piece by piece. The contrast of your time and space is literally causing you to focus your desires. So contrast is really so helpful. You don't need to sort of carry around a book of all of your desires, because the contrast is helping you focus all of your desires in real time. So contrast is actually helping you, and you want to get really good at keeping up to speed with who you are, because who you are keeps expanding, and all you have to do is just align energetically. You don't even have to have all the physical things in order to stay up to speed. Staying up to speed with who you really are, that expanded version of yourself, is all about energy. It's about vibration, and everything that you are wanting to manifest is really all about vibration. This is the vibrational world, and this is the time and space that you decided to, manifest yourself in. And you came here with a purpose, and the purpose truly is to live the happiest life that you could, to live joyfully, because everything else would just be natural, inevitable. The manifestations would be inevitable, the growth, the freedom, everything. So everything that you want, whenever you want it, has already become a vibrational reality. So in the now moment where you stand, it is a vibrational reality. You just can't see it. But things in your inability to see it or not to see it, you pronounce it as a failure, as missing. And when you pronounce it as a missing, then you can't see it, and you don't ever plan on seeing it, and you're not ever able to see it unless you change your vibrational frequency. And your frequency is best expressed to you first in the pre-manifestation form as emotion. So how you feel. So you have to change your emotion, and when you change your emotion, or when you feel better, because that really is your work, then you're changing your vibrational frequency, because it's a vibration first and then the emotion. So when you deal with things more vibrationally, that means you're dealing with things emotionally. So as you look at everything emotionally, and you understand that everything that you want already exists, but you just can't see with your eye yet. But the thing is, if you can't see with your eye, and that really bothers you, so you're feeling depressed, you're feeling bummed out, you're feeling angry because you want to see it with your eye, you want to see with all of your perceive it with all your five senses, then you're basically stuck. You're in a holding pattern that doesn't allow you to perceive what you want. To perceive what you want, you have to understand that it's already there. And right now, all you can do is feel for it. And so that's the thing, all you can do is feel for it. But in the feeling for it, there is so much joy. When you talk about what you want and why you want it, you get into the receiving mode of it. You get on the frequency that allows you to see it. And that's best sort of understood by you, or described to you, or it's felt by you. You can tell you're on the right frequency because of how it feels. And you can tell when you're off because of how absent the good emotion feels, aka how negative you feel, right? It's really important to understand, because if you want to manifest everything that you want, you first have to accept that there are two parts of you. You really are source energy, and who you see right now is not all of you. There's more to you than you are able to see with your eye, than the personality that you know as you. Who you are is really an eternal expanded being. And most of you has stayed in the non-physical energy, and that version of you still vibrates. It still is with you here right now. It's not just that you're here being tested. It's not that your inner being, that source version of you, is better than you. Is that it's here with you thinking, and you're the one who's leading the pack, sort of vibrational pack, so to speak. So we really want to talk about perspective, because the thing is, when you say that something is not real, then a lot of people would agree with you. But we're saying that what you're seeing is real or not real, the absent of the realness. Right? The reality that you're seeing is just a vibrational interpretation. It means that you're interpreting the vibrations and you're calling it a reality. But the thing is, this vibrational reality, this vortex where everything that you want it precedes the physical form, yes. So it's not physical, yes, but it's vibrational. But the thing is, you have to tune to the frequency of the vibrational reality. You have to tune to the frequency of the realness of your desire. Otherwise, you're not a match to it. And if you're not a match to what you want, then you know what happens? You know how that plays out in your experience? The absence. You keep it keeps expressing itself in the form of absence, so you don't ever get to see what you want. And so since you don't see it, then you come to conclusions that are very degrading in nature. They beat up on yourself, and you come up with things like, maybe it's not meant for me. It was just not meant for me. There's more for me to learn. And ultimately, all it is just your your perspective about it, your perception about it, your frequency, your dominant vibe, your belief about it, your expectation about it. All these words are just to say the frequency that's most easiest to you on the subject, because every subject is really two subjects. And in any given moment, you're either talking about one or the other. You're more of a match to one or the other, the presence or the absence of what you want. And we're saying you can't see the presence of what you want, but you can feel for it, because it is a vibrational reality. And truthfully, you can only feel for it right now. But the thing is, the feeling has to be enough, because the feeling is what you're really looking for anyways. And when you tune to this vibrational reality, you actually feel so good. You just can't see that what you want is absent, because that would be a lie. That's why you feel negative emotion. Isn't that so interesting? That's why you feel negative emotion every time you talk about the absence of what you want, because the larger part of you, your inner being self, who is connected to you and who is, because there's two of you, that means there's 2 points of attraction. So law of attraction is responding to both of your point of attractions. So that means that when we talk about you, we're talking about all of you. We're talking about both of you. So no conversation about who you really are can ever be complete without factoring the fact that you have 2 point of attractions. Isn't that interesting? You have 2 point of attractions, and they're always playing off of one or the other. And so that's important, because if they're playing off of one another, then you know what that means? It means that your emotions are just about that. Your emotions are not about what you're seeing. Your emotions are strictly about the vibration that you're harnessing right now. And the thing is, friends, sometimes you harness vibrations because you're so used to looking at reality in a very physical way. And you know, when you're used to seeing reality in a very physical way, then from your place of not seeing what you want, you hear other people who are goal oriented, who are saying, just do it anyways. And you've heard of that. Even if you feel bad, just jump in, do it anyways, because if you don't do it, then it can't get done. And if it doesn't get done, then you're going to be lazy, you're going to be unproductive, you're going to be a failure. And we're saying that's so funny, because in this vibrational world, you already have become vibrationally everything that you want. And all you have to do is vibration tune to it. And in your vibrational tuning to a vibrational reality, you're going to feel good. And in feeling good, then you're not going to feel like doing any action, because you're going to already feel the way that you would feel if you had it. So then time is no longer an option or a facet of your, cosmic equation, or your thinking process. Time is it's always irrelevant, because you're already living what you want. You're already living vibrationally. You have become vibrationally up to speed, whereas you haven't become physically up to speed. But the thing is, most of our friends are like, I don't care about vibrations, I care only about physical reality. But we're saying this is how to manifest everything without the struggle. This is how to manifest everything effortlessly, like the air that you breathe. Because the thing is, you have already become everything. So then your emotions are about whether or not you're holding the true reality. You're thinking about the true reality. And friends, the reality that you're seeing right now with your eyes is the old reality. It's not the real reality. The true reality is this vibrational reality. The current version of you is there. Your inner being is there in the vibrational reality. So this reality doesn't matter. And that's why manifestations don't matter, because the reason why manifestations don't matter is because you're always expanding one. You can never get it done. You can never get it wrong. But also, your inner being is already off into the next. So you need to have more fun in the process of manifesting, because the thing is, it's already a reality. So it's a reality that only you can see. But the thing is, most friends don't want to just see it themselves. They want to share with everyone. They want to prove it. They want the marks on the chart. And we're saying, well, that will get you sideways of your own desire, because then you're going to want to see it. And then when you look for something that you're not vibrationally able to see, you're going to see the absence, and then you're going to declare yourself as a flop, right? But that's not true, because it's just in a different form right now. But that's so important to understand, is that it's just in a different form. Because if you really understand that, then you have understood everything. Because now you understand how to create. Now you understand how to hold the dream. Now you understand that it's really just about getting your juices flowing and keeping your juices flowing. Because the thing is, when the manifestation comes, because a lot of friends are like, well, how long do I have to do this vibration work until I get the real manifestation? The thing is, by the time the manifestation comes, it's already so far down the line that when it does come, it comes really fast, right? Because it's far down the line in the sense where there's a lot of vibrational, steady, pure thought. Because when your thought is pure, then there's no resistance, and the momentum can reply or respond very quickly. So really, what we're talking about here is that topic of momentum. Momentum is what's going to help you, allow you to see your desire in the physical. But the thing is, right now your desires are they're like little baby vibrations. But the thing is, in their baby vibrations, you can't dismiss them as absent, because then you can't see them. Then you won't ever be able to see them. You have to sort of bridge the gap. You have to bridge that belief. You have to start to believe in this vibrational reality. You have to believe in more how you feel. And first, it's just words that we're saying, but soon you'll experiment with it, and then you'll see that, oh, that's true, because how I felt and what manifested match. But the thing is, how I felt, I conjured that. Most of our friends are conditional. They're like, well, give me a reality and then I'll feel better. But we're saying, no, you have to change your vibration. And they're like, well, show me a different reality, and then I'll have a different vibrational response. And we're like, but the thing is, you just can't keep reacting to reality, because if you're just in that problem mode where you're just saying, I want this, I want this, I want this, you have to get out of that problem mode, because then you can't see it. You see, because the absence of what you want and the presence of what you want are in 2 different frequencies. But the thing is, you're the perceiver, so you are the one who has to tune in. So many of our friends are so close to the manifestation of what they want because you know why? Because they feel it. They feel more positive more of the time. But since they can't see it, since they're only used to a physical reality, then they sort of back away and they don't necessarily make it. But what we're saying is you have to be the perceiver of the vibration all the way until it's a physical reality, which means you have to tune to it emotionally. You can't say that it's absent. You have to at least say that it's becoming. You have to say, the thing is, even the thing becoming, there's the opportunity that you're going to discount it too, because it is a bridge though, but this is a leading edge video. This is the leading edge. What we're saying is you're already there. Once you are feeling good, you are already there. You are already there vibrationally. And things you have to understand that, because when you're feeling good, when you're in the vortex, when you're feeling aligned with who you really are, then you don't feel the need to do any action. You really don't. The impulse to act really isn't something that is so right away, because you're already there. So as you vibrationally stay there longer, then when the impulses do come, they don't feel like action, because sometimes that scares you because you like action. And we're not saying action is a bad thing. We're just saying that you're not using your action to create. You're using your action to enjoy what you already vibrationally did create and what you set into motion and align with. So when the impulse to act comes from the vortex, it doesn't feel like, oh, something that you have to convince yourself. It feels like, I just have to do this. It just feels so logical. And then your manifestations come really fast. That's why people are literally, they become overnight rich, they become overnight famous. But the thing is, it wasn't always like that. And it took them a long time, because the whole time that they were about to become vibrationally, or physically, before it was about to break for them, they were vibrationally lining up. They were dreaming more of the times. They were balancing, managing the balance of their thoughts between the presence and the absence, and it just had to tip. But what we're saying is you don't have to wait till it tips. You don't have to pray for the best. You can do this. And the only way that you have to do this, in the way that we're kind of saying, is you just have to be the perceiver of it. You have to tune to a vibrational reality and emotional reality. So all in all, what we're saying is it's right now a vibration. The thing is, you can still enjoy it. Because you think, no, I can only enjoy if I can see it. But we're saying, then you haven't really understood the vibrational reality. You're not understanding that you're a vibrational creature. You can enjoy the vibrational reality, because everything that you want is for a feeling. What we're saying is, by tuning to the presence of it right now, you're going to feel, it's going to waft in your mind. It's going to, you're going to receive it. And as you receive it, then it's going to feel good. And as it feels good, then that's really what you really want. But the thing is, it's just weird, because you think that it's the manifestation first and then the emotion. What we're saying is, it's the emotion first. And then as you find the emotion, now you're not, you know what it is? Now you're not looking for it anymore. Now the absence doesn't bother you anymore, because you already have it. You have the feeling. So it doesn't feel absent. It just feels present in a way that you can't see with your eye yet. But since you've practiced the presence of it so much, since you're talking about what you want and why you want it, and you're practicing that emotion, so it's just easy to go to, and the dream is just really easy to go to, then the absence doesn't bother you. The thing is, the absence can't bother you, because when you're having that knee-jerk reaction, you have to sort of catch your balance, because when you beat up yourself for having contrast, then it hurts more. But the thing is, it's not a bad thing. Contrast isn't a bad thing. And in fact, it's a great thing, because it's helping you focus your desire. But it becomes a bad thing when you sort of blame yourself and you're like, well, I shouldn't be experiencing contrast. I should be better. But you are where you are, and you can't be anywhere else. But friends, everything that you want is already a reality. And we know that's crazy, because you think the reality is what you can see, but we're saying what you can see is just a vibrational interpretation. And you can interpret a reality that you can't yet see. And in interpreting that reality, you actually get full access to everything that you want.